Hi crypto kings and queens, my name is Natalie. In today's episode, I'll go through how we are using the supply and demand zones. This is really important. I did have a small challenge with you guys going directly to the charts. We do have this supply candle right here on the 16th of February. I'm going to explain exactly what happened on the lower time frames and how we actually could have taken a trade from it. Really important understanding these things when we're looking at the charts because we want to be good at the technical. Remember, I am no financial advisor. You need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue looking at this video and I'll show you exactly what I see on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we're diving deep on how to use the supply and demand zones. Yesterday I did put up a challenge that I want to have with you guys about supply and demand zones, because when we're trading, obviously we need different tools to see the technical side and how we can see the market and what the market is doing. So when it comes to supply and demand zones, it just says here, the stronger the move away from a zone, the higher the chance the market has of having a strong move away when it eventually returns. So if we're going to Bitcoin, we do have the supply zone right here of this candlestick that we did have on the 16th of February 2002, obviously. And the zone is between 43,840 and 44,608. If we're going to the higher time frames perspective, or if you're just zooming out, we can also see that that is the last lower high that we did have, which I also had my trend line against. So we saw the market coming up to this level one more time, and just as we were speaking about that, when the market comes back down to a level where you saw the market from before had a huge push, when the market comes to this level again, you can expect the market to do the same thing again. This is exactly what we're having right here. You saw the market coming to this level, and 3 days ago on the 2nd of March, you also had a doji, which is a pattern. Going to the lower time frames, we can zoom in and you can see how many wicks we do have against this level. So this is just telling me the market will not break this level. The market breaks to the downside. We also saw the market breaking. We saw a retest on the 4-hourly chart. Going to the 1-hourly chart, can you see how the market is just this is just beautiful when we know that this is a supply zone. We see the market having trouble. Can you see how many fake outs it is to the upside, and then market eventually breaks it, retest, continuation to the downside. So what we also could have done is taking a Fibonacci from the highest point, the last high, to the next lower low, because you could also see that the market did break these high highs and higher lows, even if it's on the 1-hourly chart. But based on that, we know that this level is really important. That's when we start to see, can we short the market? Is the market giving us any confirmations that we will actually go down? You saw the market breaking this higher highs and higher lows that we did have. You saw a lower low being created. We took a Fibonacci from the last high to the new lower low. Market came exactly to the 51%, and market took all of my 3 take profits. And what I also did speak about in yesterday's live stream that I did have was that I took a Fibonacci from the lowest point right here. So this is the lowest low to the highest point. And I was speaking about that we just might potentially come back down now and see a potential higher low being created, because we can see the market is still creating higher highs and higher lows. We use the supply candle to see the huge bounce back down, and we could see it. Now we are retesting the 50 and 61%, and at the moment the 50% around 41,040. From this level, we can expect the market to continue to the upside, but we're basing everything that we're looking at this resistance trend line. And if we're seeing on that market is closing below, guys, you know this could only be a fake out that we're having to the upside, then market continues back down. And if this is happening, I'm still going to use this previous support around 35,160. But if we're seeing on the lower time frames now that we will have trouble breaking these Fibonacci levels, and we're just having the market looking something like this, but on this side of the market, that is a potential push to the upside. If this is happening, the targets that I'm having, I will still use the same supply zone around 44,500, but we could also come back up to 46,170. But I'm basing that we do have some huge momentum to this downside right now. We do have 2 candlesticks that is actually, or 1, 2, 3 wicks that tells us that we just might now retest this resistance trend line that we're seeing on Bitcoin, going to the 12-hourly chart, when we're having this huge momentum to the downside, we do have it doesn't look like the market will actually just reverse from nowhere. Can you see kind of happen right here too? You saw the market coming to this level, kind of looks the same. I don't think the market will break to the upside. I don't think at the moment we will come to these levels because we do have some pretty strong bearish candlesticks, and I would not be surprised if we're actually closing inside the resistance trend line one more time. Obviously, two things can happen. Market goes up, market goes down, right? Yeah, it does. But we still have to follow how the market, how the candlesticks is and how it's looking. If we're now seeing the market actually breaking to the upside, what I want to do, I'm taking the Fibonacci again that we did have since before, and what we can also see now. So looking at this is really important, guys. So we see the market creating at this level higher highs and higher lows. Market broke it, created a first lower low, created a lower high. This is where we're selling the market, market goes down. Market does the same thing over and over again, but now we're just doing the opposite. So what we're doing is that we're taking another trend line, looking like this, from the push that we did have to the second lower high, and now we are still below it, but this is really important. It may take some time for the market to break it, but if we are seeing the market breaking this level, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take I'm gonna take a Fibonacci from this low to the next higher high that we will have. And because at that point we're buying the market, so let's say the market is breaking this resistance trend line that we do have. Market needs to come back down to create a higher low, and that's when I am buying the market. Okay, so I'm taking the Fibonacci, I am taking the 1561% as levels to see if we're potentially coming back down to retest these levels, just how we did right here. But this is just the second confirmations that we actually will break to the upside, because at the moment we are in a downtrend. If we're breaking the downtrend, we need to break the last lower high, create a higher high, and at that time we're looking at the higher low, and then I'm buying the market. So this is real good, guys. We just need to see where is the market, what level are we breaking, are we in a downtrend, are we breaking to an uptrend, where is the higher low, where is the lower high, etc, etc. So it's really important. We need to make trading simple for ourselves, but this is working really good for me. I just want to show you exactly. It just feels I'm very comfortable when I'm looking at the charts nowadays, because I can definitely see more clear on what the market is actually doing, and with the help of how the candlestick is moving, how they are looking, we are coming back down to a previous resistance trend line. So either we're breaking inside of the resistance trend line again, we see retest, so these candlesticks right here is only a fake out. At that point we can come back down to the support, or if we're actually coming back down now and respecting this Fibonacci for a higher low being created, if we're breaking the small downtrend that we're having, the pullback, you see the market starting impulsing move again, we need the second pullback for them buying the market. As we're looking at Ethereum, I'm going to start off with what we were speaking about yesterday on Ethereum. We did have this daily supply candle zone. We also did have this resistance trend line that we actually did respect. And right now it looks like we are coming back down to the demand zones that we do have around 2,530 and 2,600. If we're seeing the market breaking these levels, the next targets that I'm having, and this is help with the Fibonacci that I took from the highest point to the lowest point, which you also could see the market did respect yesterday. And with the help of the Fibonacci, if we're now seeing the market pushing to the downside, the targets that I'm having will be 2,390 and 2,050. Based on that, we're having this demand zone and the supply zone. It is the weekend, so we can expect the market to be very slow, so we just might bounce in between the levels. If we're breaking the demand zone, I am having the targets based on the Fibonacci, but we can expect the market to be very calm during the weekend. Don't forget that you can receive a bonus on PRIMEXBT up to $7,000. You're having the link in the description down below the video. Super good platform if you are a day trader. If you want to receive a bonus up to $4,100, you're also having the link in the description down below the video. With using our links, you are obviously helping Bitcoinsensus, so we can always hit here and show you guys what we are seeing on the charts. Thank you so much for looking at this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go inside and do that. I'm trying to make trading very simple for you guys. I want you to be able to do this yourself. Hit a notification so you always know when I'm having my live stream. And today is Friday. I'm not gonna do anything special. It's super nice weather in Sweden, so I'm gonna go outside after this video. Have a good day. Mwah!